Hello. I know it wasn't hello like that, but welcome to the podcast. Um, NTT and IndyCar expanded the partnership. So NTT would be the primary sponsor for a while. It was talked about for a while, or this game actually have never been this way because it's Arizona. Connor McDavid had an assist for 40 point of Edmonton Oilers in the Pacific. Excuse me, has recovered from 5-4 win against Arizona Coyotes at Mullet Arena last Monday. McDavid became the 10th player in NHL history with a 140-point season. He's the first player with at least 140 points since Mario Lemieux and Jerome Jagger of the Pittsburgh Penguins in the 1995-96 season. 96 was a good year. I came to this world. I saw someone grab a puck and I said, "Which wrestler is that?" Episode 4, Nick Brick said, "You just like being on the same side as these guys, McDavid and Leo Draisaitl." Ryan H. Hopkins have a go-ahead goal and assist. Draisaitl scored his 300th career National Hockey League. I can read goal. And Bouchard had a goal. And assist was Sue at that point with 42, 23, and 9. And Jack, he was saying the point streak is 7 games, 6 wins, and 1 overtime loss. And Jack Campbell made 29 saves. At this point, Oilers were 3 points to the Kings of Pacific. Nuge gave the Oilers a 5-4 lead at 12:05 for the third period. So yeah, that game. Oh man, it was frustrating as an Oilers fan because, like Anaheim, which we'll talk about after talk about FCC match, because it technically happened after the FCC match. Yeah, but I don't. Excuse me. I understand that they definitely should have won by a bigger margin, not a single goal. The Jets lost to the Sharks 3-0. And the Oilers, their next game, they actually spanked the Kings. Or the Knights. I thought it was going to be a lot closer, excuse me. It actually was. Yeah, my score was 7-4. Oilers. Excuse me. Excuse me again. Even on first day, for Oilers on 2-0. Great game. Dude Scanner had a 43 safe shutout. McDavid got his 300th NHL goal, so Draisaitl beat him to that mark, but Draisaitl has been healthier than McDavid. And McDavid usually leads in assists because he's such an unselfish captain. So at that point, McDavid's point streak was 10 games, 7 goals and 13 assists for 20 points. He's just so unselfish that most of his points are assists. I didn't even realize Drew Doughty played that much. Oh, the national team Canada was in hockey. Then on Friday, the Jets beat Detroit 6-2. And yeah. Just watch some highlights from the FCC match.
I didn't use Old Spice. I think I smell.
You thought no one could tell?
Do you think I smell? Most of us are at FurryCon by Sunday.
Junior Moreno and Marco Angulo each return from national team duty. Robert Taylor also returns to the side that fell on a late goal at home versus Chicago. Their captain, their bite in the midfield, Gregory, is out at least 6 months. DeAndre Yedlin wears the captain's armband for them. And underway as the smoke clears in Cincinnati. They go over the top early for Acosta. Stefanelli and played ahead for Pizarro. Tried to send one through. That's broken up by Cincinnati, and the foul again is against Inter Miami. First card of the night, and Pizarro will be booked. Moreno. Brenner.
They could want to give a first yellow card.
Comes back to Brenner. Able to put this softly on goal. Handled on an easy bounce by Drake Callender. Here's Pizarro, left
Whoever's
side.
looking a lot better for this weekend's match.
Crosses up with Negri. Now the one touch. Stefanelli gives it a go, and a save by Celentano.
In the space, Stefanelli finds himself in, but it's a comfortable enough save for Celentano. Very positive from Miami.
Acosta gives it a go. Saved by Callender. He's got the rebound. Cincinnati dispossessed in transition. Played out wide and wanting that pass back. Now played out wide, and Barreal, the man with 5 goals and 9 assists last year. Brenner gives it a go, and over the bar. Deflected out. It's a Cincinnati corner.
Using the wider areas better. That then shifts Miami over. Barreal comes in, and Vasquez then he gets on the ball, and it's a wonderful strike. And it's an equally good save as well from Callender, because that's coming at him at some pace. And now if you just look at Miami, the way that they're lined up, they have
3 wooden spoons, last overall in the league table.
This was probably the worst penalty kick call I've
Tripped up
ever
at the top
seen.
of the box, and a penalty is awarded by the referee Sagafi. And Inter Miami will have a chance to take the lead.
It's a huge call. First of all, Inter Miami, they win the ball back from pressing high. I think the argument would be that it may possibly be outside
It's where
of
the
the area
contact,
when the
it's where
challenge is
the
made.
foul is initiated, not where
Angulo,
it
he
ends.
gets
And that
himself
was
into a
clearly
mess.
outside of
Inter
the box.
Miami how high they're pressing with a free kick on the edge of the box. Yeah, you can see once again both Pizarro's feet are outside of the box, and this has to be changed, and it has to be a free kick rather than a penalty for Inter Miami.
We have a decision. No penalty. Or check that, it's a Costa down, and a yellow card has been issued.
So the referee, Nima Sagafi, he allowed the play to continue, but it's a real poor challenge from Duke.
Yeah,
Come on
that's
until
what,
the last 10 minutes.
this goal happened so fast I didn't realize it.
On the ensuing corner, the in-swinger.
Probably one of the fastest corner kick goals I've ever seen.
FC Cincinnati and Mosqueda for the 1-0 lead.
Really, after dying seconds of halftime, over first half, like, that half would end if we weren't
Well, it's a
awarded a
mismatch.
corner.
It's a mismatch at the near post. It's Yedlin against Mosquera. And we talked about the delivery being better because players get into key positions.
9 minutes
and
because of that
Mosquera
long
does exactly
VRA
that.
review. I
The
don't
one
know.
argument
VAR
that you
review,
could say
excuse me.
there
I
in
don't know
that
what took so
scenario,
long.
Martinez, he takes 2 or 3 steps forward.
Pat Noonan's team, 3 wins, 2 draws thus far, and will try to protect a 1-0 advantage as the second half begins and Calendar plays long into the Cincinnati area.
This was very awkward to go.
Over the free kick, whips this ball aggressively towards Calendar, who's taken control from Miami. Mosquera
I
out
think
of
that's
the
something
back.
like crypto?
Flag goes up on Luciano Acosta. And a yellow card is issued as
That's
well.
just off a yellow card for time wasting.
Top of the card is flag. Mosquera out of the back. Flag goes up on Luciano Acosta. And a yellow card is issued as well. Top of the 18, now Lassiter plays centrally. This is Negri who gives it a go, and he fires off the crossbar.
Costa can get Costa got a yellow card for time wasting there, but yet someone can act like they died.
He then finds Negri in space. It's a wonderful
But then
strike.
magically
Crossbar just comes to the rescue
get up with
Cincinnati.
emission
Once
medical
again, just
services
looking
come
at
onto
it,
the pitch.
drifting
So
inside from that left back position. Nobody picks him up.
you know,
It's a wonderful
soft
strike, but just
yellow.
always right.
My lord, what's
The
up
only thing
pouring?
that's missing from
A good portion of a second half. I knew it was coming because Brad.
Save made by Celentano.
This actually works games for
Twice.
whoever. Says it's gonna rain soon, so.
This season, the Brazilian will come on to take his place, and Brenner is cautioned as he exits the match.
I get we're trying to cut down on time wasting, but we're going all wrong about it.
The rain intensifies in the late stages of the match. Is it Acosta for Vasquez?
But injury faking is the biggest
What an
time
opportunity
wasting
that
in
was
my
for Vasquez.
opinion.
Goalkeeper didn't either. They held their high line. Calendar didn't come off the line, and it's a free header for Vasquez. You can see exactly what he's trying to do. He just makes that late run, and he's trying
although
to
I
the
can
ball
kind of see why
into
Brennan
the
got a yellow
ground to
card
give it
because
them
he
more
wasn't
pace.
hustling off a
Here's
pitch,
the
which
fine
is
turn by Duke and
a form of
control
time
here by
wasting,
Mota.
but
Lassiter.
I guess it would just be if I was the ref, I'd be more lenient. Like if it's 10 minutes ago in a 1-0 match, I'm like, okay, yeah, you're time wasting, get off the pitch. Which we have to remove pitch, get off the pitch shit, and honestly, say like it's in stoppage time, but someone's just like walking slowly to uh
into Miami. The
sideline,
signal
I
from
would
John Buckham.
definitely give him a yellow
Whips this ball in. Defended
for
away.
time wasting.
Calendar getting back. That is all. FC Cincinnati.
So yeah, just to me, it depends on how much time's left of a
Old Spice.
match.
I think I smell.
You thought no one could tell?
Freshness all day, swagger all night. Long-lasting Old Spice keeps that stank out of sight.
All right, since we're now on Sunday, what in the world was that F1 race? First of all, first of all, Leclerc. I don't know what Leclerc was doing. Like, I can't show videos because FOM blocks it on YouTube, but I'll pull up the Twitter feed. So I'm trying to look Twitter for F1 Twitter. Oh. And I also don't get this bulk. I don't understand why we had to wait 2 weeks. We have to wait 3 weeks for Baku. Um, like what was that? I'm actually positive. I'm actually winning my FC Cincinnati predictions. I'm 3-2 right now. I'm scrolling. Excuse me, not strolling. I get it, Lance Stroll. That was actually a pud. I don't know who ran the F1 Twitter account over the weekend, but it's kind of annoying that they don't have the race tweets and threads like they used to. But yeah, I don't know what Leclerc was faking here. I was like, can't show, but first of all, the point when Pickles just choosing violence was hilarious. I mean, I'm a Leclerc fan, and I laughed at this tweet, but not too long because it was 1 a.m. I don't know what Leclerc was doing there. I Oh man, did this tweet age well? That was our first safety car. And then we had a Busher safety car because Russell. Oh, I'm sorry, we had a second safety car because Alex Albon barely got overcorrected, and absolutely destroyed. You can see the Tepco damage, which it's supposed to do on the gravel on the track. I think this was an appropriate red flag. I don't. I just think it was too much gravel of a track, and I don't I don't know what else Marshall was supposed to do. If red flag gave, yeah, you can see we already had to play for Tepco right there, and I wonder if we probably have to clean gravel off of Tepco too. Yeah, it was just a very scary crash. Thankfully, Albon was okay, but as you can see, his car was not. It was a very, very, very scary crash. And this was not a popular decision by, as you can tell. Hmm. I mean, that was actually a good take. Just go very slow by the marshals. Yeah, just keep the double yellow out with the marshals sweeping the track. As you can see, that was not a very popular red flag decision. If the race was like 130 for a restart, a standing start. But I don't understand why people were lollygagging trying to get back on the second formation lap. It was stupid dangerous. Me, Max takes the lead. I was like, okay, time for bed. No, I'm sorry. I saw Ghost Russell's car die before I went. That was definitely engine failure because there was blue smoke coming out of his car, which is usually the sign of your engine, sign of oil engine. And that was the VSC. And I decided to go to bed around here. Then I woke up with an IndyCar race, which we'll obviously be talking about a little bit, and um, the Max had to drive away. I was like, yeah, that's where it is. But there was an F-60 car at 2:40 in the morning for me. But then another unnecessary red flag. But another one. Honestly, if I was say honestly, I'm glad I went to bed. Okay, now why would you red flag it on the last lap and then finish it? That's like probably one of the dumbest things I've ever heard of. Just ended a safety car, man. Like, and let's just watch this beautiful race together.
You know, a bank smartly account from US Bank
Their
can help
race
you
of
find
the day,
opportunities to win no
and
matter
so
what you go
far, I
through.
would say race of the
Like
year.
the elephant?
Like the elephant of life. Oh, now.
There's been several weeks off since the season opener. A chance
Then
for
we can be
everybody
sorry about
to catch their
that.
breath
Season up for a
and
break, but
refocus to get this season really going. And of
give
course,
her bro
all eyes
to
on the
for all
Indianapolis
characters.
500 on Memorial Day weekend. 28 cars in this
Now
field.
we have
That's
that
the biggest
race.
field in more than a decade here in
Went to
IndyCar
5,500.
competition at Texas Motor Speedway. And Felix Rosenquist, who was on the pole a year ago for Arrow McLaren, will lead the field of green here in the PPG 375.
Oh, Rosenquist with a monster jump. Look at all the cars dropping left sides in the grass as Arrow McLaren runs first, third, and fourth there. Teammates O'Ward and Rossi side by side in the orange and black cars.
Great to see so much side-by-side action. Some three wide now as we head down into turn 3. Felix Rosenquist still at the point. Look at the McLarens, just absolutely killing it right now.
That white and blue car is Joseph Newgarden. You just heard him talking to Townsend, and here he comes. Meanwhile, Scott Dixon outside of the pole sitter to take the lead. The 5-time winner here is out in front.
That's a brave and forceful move from Dixon, setting the tone for this
Great
race.
racing, just
Man, there's a
from
lot of
lap
action,
2.
lot of moving around,
Like,
even
this
in
was
the
a
back
beautiful
of the field,
race.
and look at
I'm glad I get to relive
Rossi,
it.
I believe,
I'm
going
probably gonna
side by
rewatch
side
it
there.
on
Joseph
Peacock
Newgarden's
after
now
this
taking second place. A win for
podcast.
Felix Rosenquist, I think. Great laps off the start from both Scott Dixon and Joseph Newgarden as Joseph maybe tries the outside of Scott and he takes the point.
There's several drivers saying this could be like the Texas of old. Multi-lane, multi-groove racing, lots of passing. We've seen it already and we're only on lap 3.
And why the aggression to lead early? Because it puts you in control. As teammates, Pato O'Ward and Felix Rosenquist now run side by side further back.
But
in
honestly,
the
since this
McLarens.
is
Now
so
Dixon
similar
back
to the
the
Indy
front.
500, I wouldn't want to lead early.
PPG 375. Multiple leaders.
I
lots of
want to
passing.
save
It
as much
is
fuel as I
game on.
can.
Yesterday, they gave these drivers a session and an extra set of tires to run.
His
it
tire
smoothly
wear
in
is
that
about much
second
on
lane
an
to get some
oval.
rubber down, get them comfortable. And guys, it is paying off already. So many passes up at the front, down through the field. Some great side-by-side action. And Marty Snyder, you must have a great view from
This
down
year,
there,
mostly
anyway.
going flat out at.
Look at these drivers trying to use that higher line, but after that session,
So, honestly, fuel
there was a
burn is your
NASCAR
biggest
Truck Series
concern.
race here last night, so that's different rubber. So Inch, talk about that. A lot of drivers were worried about using.
My
that
lord,
high
that
line
truck race
because of
crash
the
is
different rubber,
terrifying.
but
Thank
it
God
seems
everyone's
fantastic
okay.
right now.
It does seem to be working, and look,
Nothing
we've
scarier
run
than
here
seeing a
with the
stationary
trucks
truck
before
gets
as we see
to any
Joseph
stationary
Newgarden
race
in
car
the
get
PPG blue and white
slammed
machine go
at
back
any
to the
speed.
front, and it's something that teams have experienced.
The problem
So
was
even
there's so
though the
much
drivers were a little
smoke, there's
hesitant,
nowhere to
you've
go.
seen this before. You're going to feel the car a little bit different in that first stint, but once we get one stint of Firestone rubber down, this track's really going to come alive, and it's already racing really well.
There should be no surprise that the two guys up front have both won twice
We're
in the
not
last
on
5
it yet,
years.
but
It
I
is
don't
a
understand
good
the penalty
intra-team
Rossi
scrap
got.
here between
He got
Alexander
penalized for being
Rossi
wrecked in
and the
pit?
pole man,
What?
Felix Rosenquist, as they
And
both
that
run in
insult
behind
century by
Pato
his old
O'Ward. So
team.
the three Arrow McLaren Chevrolets
Is
all
the
in a
car
line,
he
and
used to drive.
Here comes the birthday boy from yesterday. Look at him on the inside. Alex
I mean,
Palou in the American Legion Honda, Dave.
why?
Felix
Why?
Rosenquist,
But
who fell
anyways,
back from the pole there at the start and then gained a position back on his teammate. As you see now, Palou taking that position over for fifth. Rosenquist
but as
is
you can
okay,
see, this
nothing on the radio so far, and trying that high line. He went back around it to pass his teammate Alexander Rossi. Racing director Gavin Ward told me for the McLarens, we need to be sensible as this race starts. It looks like Rosenquist has been. He's collected
good,
it now, trying
good
to move back
racing.
up.
I probably find out, but
You know, the
yeah,
last few
I really
seasons,
enjoyed this
Has
race.
been a little bit more of a track position race. You don't see this
Not
much
a,
action as we see
not a
Pato
good start to
O'Ward
the
now
season
around Scott Dixon on
for
the
my
high line.
drivers.
This is the most gigantic start. Normally the first
Still like
few
whip out a
laps,
little
you
bit,
see a lot
but
of action, then you settle into a rhythm.
push comes to
There's
shove.
no
I want to see
settling
Simon
right
or
now. These
No.
drivers are white-knuckling these steering wheels
Julio
and
win the
going for it.
championship
Pato
again.
Award once
Well, be
more.
Julio's
This guy looked
first.
so
Simon
good in
second.
practice yesterday running the high line. He was the most comfortable driver.
Exclusive
in
will
that
probably
very
win one, but now I want to see
uncomfortable
Simon or
position in the
Julio
high
win
group.
one.
Alex Palou moving forward, so it's Penske, McLaren, Ganassi running 1, 2, 3, and the McLaren teammates further back with Rossi and
Man,
Rosenqvist
McLaren is doing
are just
great in
grinding on
IndyCar.
it.
Not so hot in F1, and that's
Chevy, the yellow
hilarious.
car is Scott McLaughlin. Almost won this race last year. In his very first oval race in an IndyCar several years ago, he finished second, and he is on the move.
He is. He started off a little soft there, hanging back around 18th, but the last 5 laps, he's passed about 3 cars. As you hear some call on the radio there from Kyle Moyer, but now he's in dirty air with the tires wearing out. As you see the Firestone telemetry on the lower left-hand side, 220 miles an hour, 224 down the back straightaway.
Flat out in qualifying around Texas Motor Speedway, but let's listen for a lap and listen to the throttle when you're running in traffic.
Yeah, but you're obviously not gonna. You can see the throttle trace. Trying to stay up in dirty air and not use as much fuel, because you know.
You hear him pedal it in 1 and 2, but flat out in 3 and 4, trying to set up that pass to the car in front. You hear the shift in, you're getting so much more speed in that draft. Busy on the gearbox, he'll be busy on the tools as these tires wear out as well.
Me, when it says like, I was like, oh, now it's gonna be a range of races.
Been doing a really
But
nice
thankfully,
job.
for
Here goes
Sprout didn't
Oliver,
show up until
Marty
after the
McLaughlin's
race.
got a long
Hopefully,
ways
everyone
to
was
go
out
before he's
safely.
gonna mix it up with Newgarden at the front again.
He does have a long way to go, but remember that rubber conversation that Hinch and I were having a moment ago about the different rubber on the track from the Truck Series race? Well, guess where I got that information from? Scott McLaughlin. He said, kind of freaks me out a little bit, to be honest with you. I'm going to let other people go to the high line, and then I'll try it. But 1T tried it. He has gained now 4 spots. This is him coming up from 18th now to 14th, trying to get 13th from Callum Ilott. He was doing it on the low side and on the high side. Townsend, you got to take advantage anywhere you can to make passes here in Texas.
Yeah, especially down here in 1 and 2. It's really slippery on the high side, and it's a massive
Just
amount
so
of
much
commitment.
wheel action.
And if it goes wrong in a big way. That's rookie Benjamin Peterson to the inside, and then on the back straight, this is on Devlin DeFrancesco. Laughlin showing all that racecraft he put to good work last year, and looks like he did get past Callum Ilott now.
You mentioned the rookie there, Benjamin Peterson, in the Sexton Properties Chevy.
Just beautiful. Just don't forget we're racing my favorite, excuse me, for Red Cross.
High-stakes racing, and they've been doing very well thus far.
To help them with tornado relief.
Spotters play such a huge role in what's happening. Every one of these cars has a crew member up top on the grandstand. That's
Someone's into the wall. I think that's Sato.
Takuma Sato in his
Yeah,
first
unfortunately,
race
Sato
of
wrecked
Ganassi
out. He
Racing
just
is
got too
out
high.
with PPG 375.
Will Power was struggling. Sato to the high side. And Sato just too high, trying to get around Power, and loses it in the marbles. And that is a brutal break for Sato, who was so excited about coming to Chip Ganassi Racing this season on the ovals, an oval-only program. And what a break that is for Will Power.
yeah.
For the caution to come out as he was
I also like
dropping
watching
a
these
lead
videos
sinker.
because
He'll be
IndyCar
excited
really
to
does.
come to pit
NBC
lane. In
IndyCar
fact,
don't do that much.
this might
Track
change
race
everybody
strikes.
to that four-stop strategy.
Beautiful pace car.
Will was looking a bit discombobulated.
More than
there.
likely
He
gonna be
was falling
5500
back, and
pace
that,
car.
Again, would have kind of led you to thinking he was going to a 4-stopper, but this yellow is definitely going to lean more now to that 3-stop. And such a shame for Takuma Sato, a warm-up race essentially for him heading into the month of May. We know actually this is the same car he is going to be running in the Indy 500.
Very unfortunate
so always
that
an issue to have damage to your Indy 500 car before you get there.
Let's have a look at what happened to the driver of the Natera Honda. Up high, way high, and boom.
First 3-wide action we've seen so far. No grip up there.
And that's the end of the day for the 2-time Indianapolis 500 winner.
pit stops just wrapping up, but there was contact on pit road between Kyle Kirkwood and Alexander Rossi, who is still trying to get his car to start back up. Rossi
Anyways,
leaving his stall, Kirkwood coming into his stall.
yeah, I don't
Bam,
understand
there's
why
some
Rossi got
contact.
penalty for
And
this.
we were worried about that with Team Penske teammates Joseph Newgarden and Scott McLaughlin. That did not materialize, but this did. Look at that. Kirkwood coming from the third lane all the way into his stall. So, Hinch, I'll leave it up to you. This is the view from Kyle Kirkwood. Whose fault was this?
100% Kyle Kirkwood's issue right here. The outside front tire changer for Alexander Rossi is looking at who's coming down on the transition lane. That's why they call it the transition lane. You're not supposed to turn in from the fast lane. So 100% on the 27 Kyle Kirkwood, and unfortunately, it wasn't just contact. You saw the hit was so good it damaged the right front suspension of the number 7 McLaren of Alexander Rossi. You see the crew there now going to work and adjust it. And that's always a tough thing. He's going to fall several laps down. And these cars are so sensitively on these ovals. Everything's got to be just lined up perfectly. A quick repair in pit lane.
1 second.
Like that can absolutely destroy your balance.
And Rossi was having such a great day. Yeah, let's just take a look at this again. Hinchy, absolutely right. Kyle Kirkwood's on board here. And we could just go ahead and pause it in a second right about now. So Kyle Kirkwood is in the fast lane, delineated by this dotted white line. If you're going to be pitting, you really should be in this lane getting ready to go into your box, which signals to let's pause it right there. It'll signal to Rossi's right front guy that there's a car approaching so that he would hold Rossi knowing that Kirkwood's about to pit. But when this guy sees Kirkwood in the high lane, he thinks, oh, that's a car that's launched and already finished a pit stop and leaving. So that's where the confusion comes from. And if we roll it from there, all of a sudden Kirkwood dives from way high, surprises everybody, including Alexander Rossi, and it leads to that contact, and that's a brutal result for both drivers.
I'm not even sure Kyle was going to make it properly into his box from there anyway.
That was a steep angle,
It's a very steep angle to get into, and luckily...
It's almost like he forgot he was pitting.
It's like he misjudged where his box was in pit lane, which is, to be fair, quite easy to do from sitting low in these cockpits.
Here's the thing, he's at the high lane approaching Grosjean's box. Grosjean's the first car in pit lane. So race control
knocked the
is reviewing
sticker
that
off.
incident, which has had serious consequences for Alex Rossi. Green, 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 here we go.
Don't know how Rossi got penalty for that.
Great
We may never know.
Newgarden, Alex Palou in the blue and white car trying to go on the outside of Pato O'Ward, and I think he's going to make it stick. He gets into second place.
How about Romain Grosjean, that yellow and red DHL car, and Scott McLaughlin, the yellow and white car is up front. They're side-by-side, Diff. For the lead of this race, Alex Palou on the high side of Joseph Newgarden. Can you go up high? You sure can.
What's Pato O'Ward going to do? He's showing up to a blocked racetrack. He's got all the momentum, but nowhere to go. Still side by side. This is good old-fashioned Texas, boys.
O'Ward's trying to figure out who am I going to bet on to have the traction, to have the momentum. O'Ward kind of looking to the high side now, trying to find clean air on his front wing. Romain Grosjean's working on Scott Dixon. Let's go on board the Arrow McLaren Chevy. Pato O'Ward.
Looking low, inside, clear, all clear. Clear by 2.
That's the race control while I was reviewing
You can
this.
just see the incredible grip out of the
Ow.
Firestones when they're brand new. Everybody wide open, full commitment, but it's not going to last long. In about 3 or 4 laps, they're going to have to start to pedal and hang on.
Pato O'Ward sort of positions his car right in the middle of where Joseph Newgarden and Alex Palou are sitting their cars to get that clean air, but now Scott Dixon challenging again on the inside of the orange and black McLaren.
Also, like to see Cup Series. We understand when the Cup Series is ready that weekend.
Newgarden's radio on fuel strategy.
Well, I think what you've seen is once O'Ward got to second, they were comfortable with that sort of track position, and that's where Pato wanted to be. So now
People
he's
not
taking a little
have
bit more
big
fuel.
egos.
He's finally obeying the timing stand, James. But also what you're seeing is Joseph Newgarden sort of back up to Pato O'Ward. They're both trying to save fuel. And also, one other thing you can notice, it's sunny now at Texas Motor Speedway. Tim Cindric has told Joseph Newgarden several times, you got to protect the right rear on this run. So some fuel savings, some tire savings, trying to make sure that car is there for you at the end of the run.
Back to you to finish off a story that you were talking about before when McLaughlin was coming into pit.
Yeah, we were talking about this penalty for Alexander Rossi in the Kirkwood contact in pit lane.
Lead.
Oh,
Battle
lead
for
change.
the lead.
Here we go.
Has caught Joseph Newgarden.
Caught and passed. He was over 2 seconds behind Joseph. Joseph not really in traffic at the moment, side by side.
This is just some beautiful racing, man.
O'Ward has something more to say about it.
Wow, that was a forceful demonstration from Pato O'Ward. Joseph Newgarden, you're going to have to reckon with this young Mexican all day long. His home track here in
excuse
Texas.
me.
600
Great
fans
racing,
here to
man.
support him, and Newgarden's coming right back, saying not so fast.
Almost a replay of 2 years ago when Pato did that exact same move on Joseph for the win in the dying stages of the race. Joseph not able to get back at him this time by, but strong run.
Also, reflections of the Indianapolis 500 when Pato O'Ward was challenging Marcus Ericsson in the closing laps.
So far, the handling of these two cars is on another level from the rest of
It's
the field.
slightly tweaked
especially
for
in dirty
package,
areas.
and
You see
that's
some of
what's
those
producing
Pato
racing. This is
O'Ward,
a 500.
fans looking on, and right now,
So this
Pato
could be
O'Ward
an Indy
is spotted
500
because
for
he knows
ages,
Newgarden is
man.
burning up his tires, trying to run the high side in 1 and 2.
And they've got almost 7 seconds on Romain Grosjean. The race is really just between them right now. They've lapped up to 9th place. Felix Rosenquist, the pole sitter. But we just heard that Pato O'Ward's been given the go. No worries on fuel. Push, push, push. So this is really about which driver's going to take care of their tires better over these next 20, 30, 40 laps.
O'Ward has stretched his advantage out over Joseph Newgarden to almost 5 seconds.
And it's great to go fast and feel
I think a
comfortable.
part of racing was just unfortunately, but it was funny to see O'Ward just lap car after car.
The drivers have tools they can adjust the handling with. You have a front roll bar, a rear roll bar, and a weight jacker, which affects the weight across the front axle, left front to right front. You can make adjustments on the fly to help take care of these Firestones, and that's the important thing for Pato O'Ward to
I
be
feel like
managing
Chevys are better fuel saving so far this season than Hondas, some Fords.
There would be only 5 cars on the lead lap with still 100 laps to go.
No immediate pressure from the weather, but there is plenty of pressure on everybody else except Pato O'Ward, who can
Thankfully, whoever did hold.
whip through this field and has lapped up to Alex Palou in 4th place. Only 3 cars on the lead lap. What's happening in Pato O'Ward land? Let's have a listen to some team radio.
No caller.
You're crushing it right now, man. Our strategy right now is to get through these guys as quick as possible. Doing a great job.
I'd say objective achieved.
Well, about to get through Romain Grosjean as quick as possible. That's the next car up ahead. And Pato O'Ward, watch him rip by. Folks, keep in mind, this yellow and red car is running in 3rd place. As Pato O'Ward is one of only 2 cars now on the lead lap.
Really, you know, I did miss something to Daytona one time. I left entire field. It's pretty funny.
Texas ever. This is dominant.
I mean, this is reminiscent of a Scott Dixon 1.5 mile victory from, 8-10 years ago when he just used to drive away from the field. But it has been a long...
That's it. I have time for sight.
School isn't going to be easy.
I know. But I think you're going to do great, Dad.
Video will play after ad.
Movement that inspires.
Long time. And look at the rate at which he caught and blew by the 3rd place car. He is in a different stratosphere right now.
Let's watch that one more time. This is Romain Grosjean in 3rd.
That was,
You see what lap car is a little bit of a pick, though.
Coming out of pit lane, the closing rate just incredible. Again, this is when spotters earn their money. Santino spotter
And
yelling.
this is why this is why last year Iowa they had Simon Pitt because his radio was down and
And he said, fuel alarm, fuel alarm. So they came, immediately called him to pit road. So Pato O'Ward, who has been so dominant, there you see him on the entrance to pit road on the apron.
So,
in turns 3 and 4.
yeah.
Grosjean was told to do the best he could to hold O'Ward up. You saw what happened there. He was not able to even get close to Pato O'Ward. His race car 2 free here in the sun as well. Award, they are telling the team right now, we
I
have
feel
an
like
absolute rocket
the warmer
ship.
track
Take
made
your
it
time. We don't need anything
tire
fancy.
wear more,
A
obviously.
solid stop here. Still one more stop. As you can see, 81 laps to go. Award so happy with the handling of the car. The new fresh Firestones. No longer on the left rear.
Will spray to prevent fires.
Telling him take his time. He certainly was pushing the limit on pit entry. The only thing that'll keep Pato Award out of victory lane today will be a mistake.
And that was a big one. Huge lockup coming to pit lane. We'll see if there was an issue. It looks like he got it slowed down. A little issue on the left rear, I think. But
yeah, IndyCar for super speedways has to do pit speed limiters, so sometimes you can't speed at a IndyCar super speedway despite having limiters. Scott Dixon did the last year's 500 and handed the win to Marcus Ericsson.
Palou got by Grosjean before Grosjean pitted, so it's Pato Award, then everybody else. But what will everybody else, what will that order look like? Grosjean is the man on the power move at the moment. Here's Dixon.
The last of the leaders to pit, Diff. He said a moment ago, when are we coming down pit road?
So yeah, as you can see,
they are struggling with the handling of these race cars and these Firestones.
It became a free-stop race if it went green over even 4 stops.
Yeah, Dixon's crew probably trying to hold him out on track as long as possible, hoping for a yellow in that sequence. As here's a replay of Pato Award locking up the left front, and James with a dominant car. Boy, I don't think you want to be dancing that close to the limit.
Oh, wait, anyone else thinking about the Indy 500? And Scott Dixon, dominant car, last pit stop, locked it up, got a speeding penalty. It looks like Pato Award got away with it, but the teams actually measure from that pit commit line off of the back straight entering turn 3 all the way around to that pit in line. There was a massive amount of time to be gained and lost through there throughout the weekend. Consistently the fastest driver, this man right here, Pato Award.
Do you remember what the speeding violation was on Dixon at Indy?
The more distance you put between you guys, the better for us.
But yeah, you might brought up because they did.
Unfortunately, we are under yellow again, folks, here at Texas Motor Speedway. It is just for the second time in this race in the PPG 375. It is for Felix Rosenquist.
Me, I took a body prick all of a sudden. I see his caution.
Damaged his Arrow McLaren Chevy, and this is how it happened.
We hit just
hit the marbles and
the marbles high in turn 4 as those were accumulating. You can't see them when you're in the cockpit. Unfortunately, you can't watch the broadcast when you're in the cockpit either. And Felix Rosenquist just a little too high, and the moment those right side tires get up in that Oreo crumble, it's game over. Watch here.
Yeah, when you look at the reference on the track, he doesn't look exceptionally higher than what we've seen drivers doing. Yes, there was a little bit of a gap to the car below him, but as you say, you can't really see it on the onboard. You can't see it from in the cockpit, and just a few millimeters too high up, and that's the result. That is the margin with which these drivers are working at 220 miles an hour.
A lot of decisions to make here. It looks like the number 5 of Pato Award, his guys are getting ready. That tells me that they're going to pit and try to make this to the end.
The PPG 375
It's like a rag top.
David Malukas went on the grass there on the inside as Pato Award streaks away. Here comes Newgarden in that blue and white PPG Chevy.
And that's what he had to do. There were 4 cars between Joseph Newgarden and Pato Award. He's already dispatched with 2 of them side by side with Benjamin Peterson to clear another as they fed out 4 wide on the back straight.
Newgarden is going to trust that the sweepers have done a good job. He goes to the high side, then tucks back in, but Colton Herta's going big.
Look at that Gainbridge Honda, the yellow and black machine sweeps around the outside. Here comes Newgarden, second to first. He's on a mission. He wants that 3rd win here in Texas, and Award says not just yet.
You want to see brave racing? Welcome to Texas Motor Speedway. They are all going big. Palou to the front.
Palou splits the difference.
Palou just took advantage of that battle to take the lead.
Holding up Award and Newgarden. He runs to the front. It's 3 wide behind. Scott Dixon on the high side.
Dixon around Lundgaard. McLaughlin's caught in the middle. Alexander Rossi there as well, but he's well behind on laps down. Dixon carving his way through that traffic. His teammate is out in front. How about this? As he's on the inside of Pato Award, trying to pressure Joseph Newgarden. Here comes his teammate Colton Herta on the high side.
This is nuts. Colton Herta now flirting with the top 3. Grosjean comes racing back. These guys are teammates, but you wouldn't think it by the way they're racing each other.
Marty, tell me their 5 stand has changed their mind and they're saying push, because there is no fuel saving as they go 3 wide. Colton Herta into 3.
I don't think so, Hinch. I think the thing is, you don't want to lead. That's the big thing. In fact, when Joseph Newgarden was out front, he was reminded by Tim Cindric, we've got to do what we have to do. So you see people trading the lead back and forth, and everyone being reminded of that. Remember, you have a fuel number you have to hit.
At over 200 miles
Yep, and you burn a lot more fuel front.
Flashing by Joseph Newgarden and Alex Palou to lead this race for the first time.
Oh boy, very close. And we got a car on the wall. Stingray Rob.
This helps.
Yeah, Stingray Rob just.
Stingray Rob's gonna have a big hit.
That poor corridor worker had to duck for his life twice.
He was going to slide along the wall, but the right side steering arm probably broke there, and once the tire settled down...
Okay. Just got my bell rung a little bit.
This is what happened to Stingray Rob in the Biohaven car.
Yeah, but my bolts have been his suspension got destroyed.
At that point.
Didn't hit particularly hard either. Now you can see him, he's turning into the right to keep it up there, but as you say, Townsend, once
He's
the
trying to set up a wall, but his car was like, nah fam, I'm going down.
Any direction at once, and it just unfortunately, yeah, you see the right front just collapses.
Right,
and that is
and rear,
comes to a stop quick.
right front and rear collapse, and there's nothing you can do at that point, but hold on. With a ride.
He takes the fight to the Spaniard at the front.
Scott Dixon right up next. There's contact between Grosjean and Herta, I believe.
I think you're right. I think Herta just got into the left rear. Grosjean trying to fit back down into the draft of Palou, but now side by side across the line.
I think if Andretti cars keep making contact, Michael Andretti's going to have a heart attack.
Grosjean wants to experience what it's like to
He blew his lid at Middle Ohio. I can't blame him after that performance.
With a monster run, Pato O'Ward to the inside, Grosjean to the inside.
Grosjean goes for the lead. O'Ward gets third. Here we go.
O'Ward is going to chew these guys up. He is absolutely flying.
Made for this, isn't he? This is his style of racing. Pato O'Ward in third. Watch out for the Ninja. The man with the fast hands in IndyCar is on the move.
He's got so much fresh grip hitch, and he's put it to good work. That took about 2 laps for Pato O'Ward to go to the front.
I'll pass you too while I'm at it. Why not? This is the stage of the race, or stage of the stint, that Pato O'Ward was so strong in. Fresh tires, full fuel, flat out, and now needs to catch up. Little contact there with Romain Grosjean into one.
Newgarden knows, I've got to stay with O'Ward. I've got to go big and get past Palou and make it a 1-2 race at the front.
Here are the teammates. Side by side, Colton Herta on that low side, Romain Grosjean on
Great
the high
race,
side.
loved it.
Dixon watching what's going on.
But just this weird crash.
Devlin DiFrancesco, I believe, as well.
This is what happened last year.
Same two, guys.
Yeah, there's nowhere to go, man.
Oh boy. Finding you what happened with these guys last year here at Texas Motorsport.
His car just broke and just let him crash.
Well.
It was on the back straight, and what happened? Something broke on DiFrancesco's car, maybe. It looked like the front steering was towed in. Oh, yeah.
Oh, no. He was coming into pit lane. And
that camera did not survive that crash.
He was broken. I think he must have hit the exit
hit
wall in turn 2 and was skidding down the racetrack out of control.
Man, he is so very lucky, Graham Rahal, to get airborne like that and not get all the way up into the fence. That is worst case scenario for an open wheel car on an oval. Nose to rear wheel contact, sends a car airborne. We saw it happen to Kyle Kirkwood in St. Pete at a much slower speed.
Let's take a look at another angle from the onboard here at Graham Rahal.
This is a scary ride.
So I wonder.
I just can't figure out why.
Well, the right rear's damaged, I think.
I think
the
you're
right.
Front. I think he hit in turn 2 on the exit, maybe slid
But yeah,
to the
he
inside
couldn't
wall
control
as
his
well.
car.
He was just trying to pedal it back. Wow, so lucky for Graham Rahal.
And he was trying his best to bring it as far left as he could before tagging that left rear of DiFrancesco's and flying. 21 lead changes today, fellas.
The darn shame was facing another caution, but hey, that's happened sometimes.
I know. But
And I'm glad we raced a caution under this overtime BS that NASCAR does.
Kia, movement that inspires.
By the way, level with 2008, there were 23 lead changes 6 years ago. So let's see. I'm pretty sure that stat's going to change before the end of this race.
This is going to get wild.
All right, you ready? We told you at home to take a breath, regroup, reset. Now we go again. And up front, Pato Award in that Arrow McLaren Chevy plants it and takes off. But watch Grosjean and Dixon further back.
David Malukas trying to stop Grosjean from making it 3 wide, so they line up 2 by 2. Very high for the number 28 of Romain Grosjean right there.
Dixon's got the early advantage. Look out,
Yeah,
here
it was
comes
definitely a good race.
Palou to the low side.
And further back, David Malukas is absolutely back in the mix. He makes a move on Colton Herta. That red, white, and black car of Malukas is now in 4th.
Scott McLaughlin, yellow car on the inside, trying to push as O'Ward goes on the high side for the lead.
Palou not having any of it. He's got older tires, but you wouldn't know it right now as they fan out behind him, still neck and neck into turn 3. Joseph Newgarden just lurking in the middle between the two, trying to see which one's going to go.
As you can see, fresher tires from better.
Newgarden puts that PPG Chevy right on the inside of Pato Award and says, take that. Malukas gets a great view.
So, don't know why they didn't hit Herta.
Dixon, look at Dixon on the inside.
Malukas was smart to whoa up into turn 1 and get a run down the back straightaway. So watch the black, white, red cars. They come to the front. Malukas with a nice run of momentum. He might have a shot on Award. Oh, big wiggle for Malukas. He hangs on.
He did that a year ago and it didn't bother him. And now to the lead goes Joseph Newgarden. He and Palou have arm wrestled before in this race. They do it again.
Newgarden getting really high, James. Way up the track, hanging on.
We've got Palou with one.
Had a great battle for the lead. Unfortunately, like I said, it was considered as caution, but
side by side, Joseph Newgarden is going to try to go.
You can tell fresh tires were the best strategy.
David Malukas in the mix, that 4th car in shot. And here comes Dixon. Do not discount the 5-time winner here, the 6-time series champion. He is not out of it with 7.5 laps to go.
Meanwhile, the 2 strongest cars all day run side by side, nose to nose. With
it's beautiful wheel-to-wheel racing.
This is just awesome. Inches between cars at 200 plus.
Something you would never see in F1.
Now on the top side over Alex Palou to put himself up onto the podium, maybe, but Palou's not giving up.
Clean race drivers make it 3 as Alex Palou wants to mix it up once again, but Award hanging high, but he's using up those tires up on the
Big Grosjean was trying to make a move there and then just wrecked himself.
Romain Grosjean out for the 2nd race in a row in the closing phases.
And Joseph Newgarden is leading as the yellow comes out with 2 to go. They're coming to get the white guys. That might be the day.
That will be the day. Final lap in the PPG 375 as the PPG car of Joseph Newgarden crosses the line and woes up.
And for the 2nd race in a row, Pato Award will be denied right at the end of the race.
And he only just got Pato Award.
So yeah, and that was your race.
In a row, Joseph Newgarden's going to do it essentially what was the last green lap pass for the win.
Wow. I don't think anything that could have happened in this race would have surprised us. Romain Grosjean had had such a great run all day long and just lost control of his DHL Honda.
2
good
races
finish
in a row
from
to start the season for Grosjean.
Good
Another
finish from my championship pick.
The PPG 375 at Texas Motor Speedway.
Afraid of 5th.
Won by Joseph Newgarden in the PPG Chevrolet for Team Penske. 3 wins at Texas Motor Speedway for this man here, and gets his championship back on track at the season's first oval.
So, whoops, that was the wrong screen. Not done yet. Yeah, but that was that. In the NASCAR, Kyle Larson won. Yeah, and that was that. I guess we could. Excuse me. Move on to the future predictions portion, where I try to predict the future. Yeah, give me. All right, now we can actually start predictions. Sorry, double checking something. Um, Baba Jessel plays on Wednesday. Anyways, if we always beat the Kings 3-1. I think the Jets beat Calgary 3-0. Despite being back to back. As it Oilers beat the Ducks 4-0. It looks like it's gonna be a short sim stream this weekend, unfortunately. I say Oilers win 3-0 against the Sharks. The Jets win 3-1 against the Predators. I think FCC continues a home winning streak. Beats Philadelphia 1-0. My horrible Masters prediction. If the Tiger gets an evergreen jacket, probably just get rid of Kyrie Curse. I say Logano was an NASCAR race. He's really do good on Bristol dirt. Um, yeah, but that will pretty much do it for today. I'd like to thank you guys for watching. God bless. I still believe that Jesus is Lord, and I will see you tomorrow for some 2 point campus. Um, Rachel Tuweski. Doing some art. Destroying some um others for Sonas to get practice. So yeah, I will see you guys Tuesday. So have a good day and bye.